Some of my Facebook friends are here. Hi guys! I love Facebook because I think its primary function is so that people who didn't want to go out with me in high school can be reassured that they made the right choice. No longer do they have to reflect on their life and think what could have been when they can just log on and see EJ is wondering whether or not Aquaman would have an accent. They know they dodged that bullet. That pale, slow-moving bullet. Speaking of bullet dodging, I got dumped recently. I know, hard to believe. It was a long-distance relationship because, frankly, this requires some distance. Ideally, you want different pictures on your money, but you can make do with a time zone change, frankly. But because it's a long-distance relationship, and I feel like in the 80s that was a lot easier because you could just write a letter once a week and that would be it. But now you have to talk and you have to text, and occasionally she would get it into her head this crazy thing that the kids call sexting, which is sexy text messages. And there's no situation where that's good, because you don't know what's happening on the other end. I'm just trying to buy juice. Don't tell me about your boobs right now. But I tried to play along because I'm a nice man. And that's when I learned that my phone autocorrects the word boner to nonetheless. First off, the fact that I am literally texting the word boner tells you how bad I am at this. Second of all, nobody has ever texted the word nonetheless. If you need to use that word, you should just make a phone call. However, it would be more embarrassing if it went in the opposite direction and somebody was, for example, texting a legal finding. Yes, I'll agree that there is case law that favors you. Boner's the bulk of it is in our favor. Damn it, nonetheless! One time, this is way more than I usually say boner, I said boners. And I don't know why, because they don't travel in packs. They're a singular entity. That autocorrects to non-residential, which is how boners are zoned. Non-resident. Also, I feel like this is way more about my life than you need to know, but we've been friends for 45 seconds, so why not? My ex also thought, can't even believe this is still a thing, I guess cybersex was, she'd always try to do that, and that's the worst thing in the world. It is, if our grandparents knew that people were going to type sex words at one another over the internet, they wouldn't have bothered winning World War II. They would have let the nation fall, because that is, it's horseshit. It is the worst thing, and I know so few sex words. Like, it's just, I can only type thrust so often before I'm tapped out. And in her defense, she realized that I'm a nerd, which I know you guys try not to be shocked. Keep your monocles in place. So her solution was always, oh, you can do it, we can do it as characters. And that's even worse. Because I'm a nerd and I have to think about these things. It'd be like, oh, be Green Arrow. Which Green Arrow? TV version, Silver Age version, post-crisis, pre-crisis, New 52. I don't know what Green Arrow it is. My boner is confused by continuity. Or how about you could be Doctor Who? That's not even his name! It's the Doctor, unless you're talking about the Peter Cushing movies from the 60s, and those are not canon. I am flaccid with nerd rage. I just saw my light, so now I'm going to wrap up real quick.
No, we want to have more.
That is not what I heard during cybersex. There was always more, wrap it up. Wrap it up, pre-crisis Green Arrow, because this is going nowhere fast. I threw off my rhythm because the finale to that was, the one thing is I would agree to be Aquaman, but only if he had an accent. Because Atlantis is not Atlanta. It's another country. Bullshit, he doesn't have an accent. Facebook. And that's why I got dumped.
I saw today there is a Star Wars cookbook. Yeah, it's real. I don't know what that guy is cooking. Definitely not pussy. I quit drinking also because I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do that. And drinking just, it makes you fucking, you plump up. Sorry. I'm trying to lose a little bit of weight, because and I say that and people are like, oh, you're not that fat. But you know what that fat means? You're still fucking fat. That's what that means. Well, you're still kind of a disappointment. I have tits, and I don't want to have those anymore. People are like, oh, you kind of look like you work out. You lean back at those pecs, then you lean forward. They're like, oh, they're tits. Oh. Tits, not proud of it. I kind of hope I get breast cancer so I can lose them the easy way. Okay, I get it. Half of you were like, that is terrible. And then the other half are like, yeah, they're not that big. But you know what that big means? They're still fucking big. But rape date is where you force someone to go on a date with you, which I'm very good at. Okay. It's pretty good. I used to do that all the time in school. Be like, hey, want to go to a steak dinner and a movie? No. Well, we're going. Just becomes an awkward car ride. You're going to love the movie. No, I'm not. Yes, you are, and I love when you say no. You don't go to a typical movie. You don't go to a steak dinner. Where do you go on a rape date? You go to a wastewater treatment center. That's right. You pull up. What smells like shit? Our date. Hold my hand and love me.
I've been playing hide and go seek with my nephew recently. Cute little toe-headed kid. I love him to death. He's not very good at it, but I still have to pretend, you know, that I don't know where he's hiding. Which is why I haven't gotten any food out of the refrigerator in the last 3 days. Don't worry, I still have food in the pantry. I'm gonna be fine. Don't worry, it's okay. Valentine's Day is coming up. Here's a tip for you. If you want to go out on a, on a romantic dinner, but you don't have a lot of money, here's what you do. You buy a meat lover's pizza, okay? Take all the meat off of it, and then it's just a lover's pizza. It's romantic and affordable. And after you make sweet love later, you'll have a pile of meat left over to enjoy. It's cool. I'm kind of a sex machine, if you couldn't tell. I do it mechanically and with no emotion whatsoever. It's okay, I don't have to be any good at it, I'm married. Don't worry about it. I sure hope my wife never divorces me. I think the hardest part about getting divorced would be when you have to split all your belongings 50-50, and then you don't have any matching socks. I kind of like the new pope that's been poping around. He seems like a decent guy. Like, he said some cool stuff, like, rich people should stop being huge dicks. That's cool. I agree with that. I mean, poor people shouldn't be dicks either, but rich people have boats. So even more so. This is true about the Pope. He sneaks out of the Vatican at night in disguise to minister to the poor, like he's some sort of slightly more well-adjusted Batman. That's cool. He recently sold one of his 2 Harley-Davidson motorcycles for charity. That's right, he sold a Harley and still had one left. That's a badass pope. He's a Harley riding bat pope. But he still hasn't gotten laid. So not that cool, right? Not that cool. If he were like, hey, I'm the Pope, every now and then I like to get my dick wet. Don't like it? Too bad, I'm infallible. I recently finished watching Orange is the New Black on Netflix. Anyone else? Yes, 2 people, awesome. It's a good show, I recommend it, but I was a little disappointed that it wasn't a documentary about the Oompa Loompa civil rights movement. Because I find it shameful that they still have to drink from separate water fountains. You've got like the regular height water fountain, and you always got the Oompa Loompa water fountain next to it. Just give them a little step stool or something. Don't make them feel awkward about it. Also, I don't know if you knew this, but Oompa Loompas still only make 76 cents on the dollar when compared to other workers in the candy industry. If Willy Wonka could break through the glass ceiling, why can't they?
Jewish rap is the big thing these days. Yeah, Jewish rap. So I wrote a Jewish rap song I'm gonna sing for you guys. I call this Kosher Sausage. Let's get a beat. From the East Coast to the Western Wall, I got chicks that's trying to suck on my matzo balls. You want that guy salami? That ain't rational. No, I got a full-size circumcised Hebrew national. What? Kosher sausage, 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 kosher sausage. My friend Ben Yehuda called me a kike, like how blacks say the N-word to people they like. But if a goyim say that, he better run real fast, cause I'll call the IDF and bomb his ass. Kosher sausage, 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 kosher sausage. Last year Hanukkah was at my pad. My buddy did some mama's lock in front of me and my dad. Now he's trying to pay child support but is unable, cause he foreclosed his house in a game of Dreidel. Kosher sausage, 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 kosher sausage. Jew crew, Baruch atah, bitches! I was gonna drop the mic, but I don't want to pay for it. I'm Brett Klein, that's my time, thank you very much.
Brett Klein. I wish we shot this show with 2 cameras. It's going to be a big gap in the TV show. We'll have to put like a crawler explaining what's going on over this section here. So, one more time for Brett, please. There's a black guy who's going to go kick his ass now. Great. Fuck. Oh, he's just going, oh, they're leaving it together. Oh. Well, he made a new friend, so what the hell? All right.
I like to smoke weed. I like in Michigan we have medicinal marijuana. Anybody a fan of that? Yeah, I think it's cool. But what a sneaky way to get something illegal legalized, right? They used to do that with other illegal things like medicinal prostitution. Be like, I don't know, doc, my back hurts real bad. But go get 2 blowjobs, put up her butt, come see me next week. Is that covered under Obamacare? I used to be afraid of weed because we had the DARE program. You guys remember that? There was always a police officer like, marijuana may not be a very powerful drug, but you never know when someone snuck a more powerful drug into it. Now I'm 23, like, shit, I hope they sneak a more powerful drug into it. That's called a freebie, officer. Where are these drug dealers lacing their least expensive drugs with their more expensive drug?
Sounds like a bad business plan. One time we were in Darren watching this video, and there's a bunch of 7th graders in their house huffing propane, because apparently that's what you do in middle school. And one kid's like, hey, we should smoke some weed. And the kid's like, sure. Lights up a joint and the house explodes. And it's like, don't smoke weed. I was like, what the hell? Let's just say don't have propane. Pot before propane, your ass will remain. Propane before pot, your ass will get hot. I got a buddy, he's getting married soon, he's really excited. Anybody engaged here or anything like that? Someone made a fart sound, okay, cool. That's his whole feeling about marriage. I would love to have someone sit, like his mother sits down, hey, I would like to talk to you. How do you feel about marriage? Well, like, what are your thoughts? Could you see yourself spending time with a woman for a long time? You don't want to get married, have children? That's a weird opinion to have about marriage. Anyway, I got a buddy who's getting engaged. He got engaged, excuse me. Him and his fiance, they're really religious, so they haven't had sex yet. They're gonna wait for marriage, which is fine. People can do whatever they want, but that's a little weird to me. Like, not having sex before marriage is like buying a brand new car and leaving the parking lot and going, not gonna drive it till it's all paid off. Not gonna drive it till it's all paid off. That day comes, he's really excited to get inside of it, but it's kind of uncomfortable because he's never been inside of it before. So has that new car smell. He drives way too fast, stops way too short all the time. That's why when it comes to women, I shop at the used car lots. You have to be careful when you shop at the used car lot. Like, you don't want a car where the locks don't work so anyone can get inside. Or once been around it too many times, the trunk doesn't fucking close. You don't want an old family van where the dad already put 150,000 miles on it. Taught his high school kid how to drive on it too. He took all his friends to Taco Bell in it. I don't even know what that last part means. I'll end on this one. It's wintertime. A lot of the girls are wearing yoga pants. Any guys a fan of the girls wearing yoga pants? Couple of, yeah, cool. Couple more. I like that, but the best thing about yoga pants, you can instantly tell that a woman does not have a penis. Unless she has it tucked up her butt. Which, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, I think I fucked 2 dudes. Thanks, guys. My name's Dan Curry. Have a good night.
My buddy smokes weed all the fucking time, though. Like, at least fucking 7 joints a day. Just fucking keeps rolling. That's all he does. You see him rolling, just rolling. Oh, I gotta get a fucking cigarette thing. I gotta fucking smoke some more weed. And he think all drugs should be legalized. All drugs. I was like, fuck no. That would mean we could have a crack commercial. Can you imagine waking up seeing that shit one day? This is crack. This is my DVD player. Now it's his. See you in 20 minutes, my grandmother's microwave. I think the only reason why we should legalize all drugs is so they put on the side of the package, they, give you the side effect of what the drug could do to you. Because I don't think nobody would take drugs if they knew the side effects of crack. Would you take crack if it on the side of the package it said may cause you to jack your friend off in the dumpster? I'm like, I don't even like Earl. What the fuck? I'm gonna see what heroin says on the side of the package. May cause you to shake a baby. I don't want no fucking kids in the first place. Shake a baby it is. I don't know, kids are bad as shit. You ever see kids be cursing their parents out? Fuck you, daddy, I want my Xbox right now. In public, like a little 9-year-old boy. Shit. That's why over in England, they cloned the sheep. You guys know that? They cloned the sheep. They took DNA from one sheep, made another sheep look just like them. You can't even tell them apart. That is the only way I would have kids. We have that technology for people. My kid cursed me out in public. Fuck you, daddy. I don't have to bend over and hit him in the face or nothing. Just bend over like, hey, with a petri dish and a syringe. hey, we can start this shit over. Cool thing about it, when I get home, I don't have to take the pictures down. It'll be confusing to the kid though. He's looking at, he's looking at the pictures. I've been to Disney World. Twice, number 7. Fucking twice.
Christmas time though, my buddies, we were at the bar on Christmas and they decided that they wanted to go to the strip club. Yeah, real good idea. I had to explain to them why it was a bad day. It's like, no, it's gonna be the best, it's Christmas Day. We're gonna go see titties. I'm like, yeah, but those aren't the titties you wanna see. The A Squad doesn't work on bank holidays. Those are just sad Christmas titties. That's not glitter. That's dried tears. Salt crystals. That's C Squad titties. The hepatitis C Squad titties. The C actually stands for cesarean.
Man, it's so cold. It's so cold out. Pedophiles are offering hot chocolate. I think when you're driving in winter blizzard conditions, they should raise the blood alcohol level. I mean, not a lot, but just enough to take the edge off. Just enough to give people the balls to pass somebody driving 7 miles an hour. Just give them a little kick. Yay. I'm married, have kids, and I've got a really messy car. Like, I don't even lock my car. Because if someone steals something, they're really only helping me clean. Ate at the restaurant El Burrito Loco. And El Burrito Loco, despite his name, is not that crazy of a place to eat. I saw 0 knife fights, no graffiti, and when I asked them about the donkey show, they just asked if I wanted more water. I was raped at 15, statutory rape. It was by a 19-year-old ugly chick. And I didn't call it rape at the time, I just called it a story I'll never tell my friends. Got like surgeries last year, I got surgeries coming up, freaking diseases and shit, man. I got like a Crohn's disease in my guts. Like, they had to cut out all this intestine from me. It sucked so bad. But, like now the doctor tells me I gotta drink Metamucil. Like, I gotta mix Metamucil in my drink. I can mix it with any liquid. Like, I like to mix my Metamucil with Monster, because that keeps me up for all sorts of shit.
They say to combat stage fright, you're supposed to imagine the audience in their underwear, because apparently looking out at a sea of half-naked people, it's supposed to calm you down. I like what I see. Except for you. I love what I see. So I'm an uncle now. I just became an uncle. My brother. So I was not consulted with that decision. I was not a part of the committee to inseminate some young, not you, not to inseminate some young woman. I don't know you. You're not. So I haven't seen her yet. I haven't seen my niece. But just based on the pictures, I can tell already that she is going to take after her uncle and grow up to be a handsome young man. It's in her genes. But it's my brother's kid, and he's my younger brother, and I love him to death. He's a fantastic human being, creating a smaller human being, but I love him. I remember this one time he was 5 and I was 9, and he looked up to me and he said, "Big brother, one day I want to be just like you." And I had to say to him, I said, "Oh, don't do that. Then who would the least favorite child be?" So we're pretty close. But I'm glad he found someone. I mean, he found someone to mother his spawn. She's a beautiful picture of a human baby. But Like I'm single, obviously, and it's difficult to find someone because they say that men tend to are attracted to people like their mother. So currently I'm looking for a Sue Grafton reading, horse racing enthusiast who has slept with my dad at least twice. So if anyone matches those criteria, send me an application.
I find as I'm getting older, bad ideas, pointless things are getting more and more irritating. Does anybody find that with age you are less tolerant of pointless things in your life? Like the calorie count on McDonald's menus. If you're counting calories, why the hell are you at McDonald's? Has any of us seriously ever questioned exactly how evil the Big Mac is to us? I mean, I know this is off my diet, but exactly how far are we talking? Or signing up for discounts at Goodwill. If you need 10% off that $1.99 shirt, I don't think clothing should be a priority at this point in your life. Braille on a drive-up ATM. Lucky for them, GPS is talk. Now they can find the ATM and drive to it without any help. Playing the recorder in the 4th grade. Have those mad, hot cross buns playing skills helped anyone in life? Do you know any professional recorder players out there? Oh, God. Maybe the page would just stop. Most commercials are pointless. I understand if you have a new sale, a new product, you're a new company, but if you're not aware by now that Budweiser exists, where have you been? Speaking of Budweiser, what's up with their Super Bowl commercial? Are they appealing to the puppy lover crowd now? Which I might add is made up in most part of young children? It's like UNICEF decided they were going to put in on the Budweiser commercials lately or something. They already tried to make us cry every time we turn on the television. We don't need every other company getting in on that. Can you imagine if companies started taking the UNICEF approach to their commercials? Like Pizza Hut? For less than $1 a slice. This pizza can warm up in an oven and join your family for a meal. In the background you hear Sarah McLachlan, I will dismember you.
I'm actually grateful for thinking about my failed relationships and things like that, because I'm thinking women should treat you like the police. When you're about to enter a relationship, after a few dates, you really like a guy. I'm sorry, I keep picking on you. It's the blonde hair, it just keeps getting me. You really like a guy, you want it to be official, you walk up to him and say, you're about to enter a relationship, anything you say can and will be taken out of context to use against you later. You have the right to be a sports fan, as long as it doesn't interfere with Grey's Anatomy. You have the right to have sex on my specific terms. However, the purchasing of gifts and romance will grant you this right more frequently. Lastly, you have the right to have friends. If I do not like your friends, some will be appointed to you. If you have female friends, I'll judge them strictly on their sluttiness and how they speak to you. If you do not like the friends appointed to you, you'll be forced to go out with me and my friends to any Channing Tatum movie or anything directed by Nicholas Sparks. Do you understand your rights? It doesn't matter, because they're going to change next week when I'm on my period anyway. Thank you, everybody. I'm Chris Dyke.